Hello, EDL 602 students. I'm coming on to give you a brief overview for what is expected this week. One, I want to start off by talking about the two domains you're responsible for writing up this week. Domain 5, which is all around core values, which simply states that you are going to establish shared beliefs that guide decisions and actions as a leader. You're going to align staff behavior to agreed upon values. You will reinforce high expectations for adults and students, and you will also ensure consistency between word, actions, and practices. Now, let's think about that core values: whose words, whose actions, and whose practices. As the school leader, you will have to be consistent with your words, actions, and practices so that you throughout the building relate what your core values are. So that way it will start setting up the climate of your school. Now, as we look at domain 6, and if you guys recall from our Zoom call, this was the area I specifically stated was the area that I had to grow in. Because resource management is not just the building, it is all the things that go into running a school. You have to be strategic in allocating time, staff, and materials. You have to be very comfortable with protecting instructional time and making that your top priority. But not only that, you are a manager of a school. So you have to align fiscal, human, and physical resources to school goals. And you have to ensure that resources are directly supporting the teaching and learning. And there are all kinds of rules and regulations from a federal, from a state, from a local standpoint that you have to be aware of as the leader and ensure that everyone is following those things. Now, always remember that you are the leader of the building, and every decision, everything that is decided upon, it does come back to you. So you have to make those decisions very wisely so that you are providing what is necessary for everyone in your building. 5 and 6 are important in that they also work together with the whole, all the things that goes into running a building. These 6 domains all work intricately together to make sure that your school is successful. Now, for week 4, you have only one assignment. That one assignment is that you are reading or you've read chapter 5 and chapter 6 in your textbook, chapter 5 being core values and chapter 6 being resource management. The other part of that is your Dropbox assignment and being aware of what that entails. You need to refer back to the scenario that you selected when we started with domains 1 and 2. So, if you are thinking about a high poverty urban rural elementary school with declining math and literacy scores, you're going to go to your question and figure out how is this nature or this scenario, how would you as an administrator effectively communicate your core values and then create a climate that clearly states what you value. That's going to be you tying the scenario back to your question as you answer. And then looking at a suburban middle school experiencing wide achievement gaps between student subgroups. How would an administrator ensure that they manage resources in a way that fosters an effective instruction and the achievement of all schools? We know there are some achievement gaps. That's the scenario in that suburban middle school. So, how are we using our resource management in order to make sure that we're closing achievement gaps with all subgroups in mind? And then the last scenario, an urban rural school struggling with curriculum alignment and inconsistent instruction. Looking at these two questions, how would my core values create a climate that states my core values in a struggling school with the curriculum alignment and inconsistent instruction? So, guys, just as a reminder, this is the last of your 6 domains assignments. Just as a reminder, we're in APA format. We are not using first person. We're not going to talk from a place of I, me, my. We're going to talk from a place of third person and using academic vocabulary. The school leader will, as an administrator. These are the types of sentence starters you will use. Keep in mind that your assignment can be no more than 4 pages total, and two of those are written, and the other two involves you having a cover page and a reference page to end it. Make sure you use the headings to organize your writing and that you are making sure that you are answering these questions in your voice and not plagiarizing. One of the bigger conversations I've had via email with a lot of you is around the AI scores or the Turnitin score. The Turnitin score speaks to plagiarism. So the score that you see that is in red, yellow, or green, that's the score that says, okay, you did not paraphrase well enough. Your writing mirrors the book a little too closely. It means that you need to take that and then break it down further into your writing, your voice. And then if you're using direct quotes, that's when we put the quotations around it and pick it up from the book and drop it in our writing. Well, if you're doing that, that's going to give you a higher AI score. Because let's think about it. It's a 1 page write up around this particular chapter, this particular question, and all of that. And all of you are submitting these assignments. So it has to be more from you than the textbook. So just keeping that in mind as you're looking at your Turnitin score. The AI generated score, that score that I see on my end is coming from if you're using any online device to assist you in writing this. This is not just saying, oh, you took ChatGPT and let them write your paper. No, it means you may have checked your writing in Grammarly for academic errors, grammatical errors. Well, if you use it straight from Grammarly and you click on it, then yes, your paper has markers in it that means it's been AI generated. If there is a suggestion in Microsoft 365 that tells you this should be Word, WERE, not WHERE, and you click it, it has AI fingerprints. So please make sure if it gives you a suggestion that you type it yourself. These are the little things that I have gleaned from teaching this course, seeing AI scores that are rising. If you have any direct questions about the AI score or your Turnitin score, please email me directly. Now, as we look at the rubric, it is the exact same as it's been the last couple of assignments. Make sure you're answering the questions and you're tying it back to your scenario, and that will it'll garner you the 20 points per section, as well as formatting. Do not go past 4 pages. You do lose points for that. Check that you are within the APA format and you're grammatically correct, and that will garner you your 50 points on this assignment. Guys, as always, if you have any questions about anything, please send me an email, include your section number and a direct question, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. I'm wishing all of you a great week. So just let me know what I can do to help you to get you to the end of the week. Thank you and have a great day. Bye bye, everyone.